Hey, what's up? Happy Sunday. I hope you spend some time with God, spend some time in prayer. You're on your way to the gym, you got your food packed. Well, you don't have to pack your food today because it's Sunday. I hope you're going to church today, fellowshipping, and just spending some time with people. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking today when I got to the gym. I mean, I don't even have to go that far back. Just right before I met my wife. I I get a little embarrassed to talk about it, but yeah, I was an alcoholic. So even though I was a trainer, I would drink on the weekends, very very heavy, and I would use drugs. Yeah, so Sundays were like my recover day. So I would wake up, hungover. My nose would hurt from doing drugs, and it would be like my recovery day. So I would drink micheladas and just smoke weed and just keep doing my thing. As long as I went to work on Monday, I didn't have a problem. That was the drug addicts, the ones that couldn't hold a job, couldn't do this, couldn't do that. But I I was lying to myself because one, I was like always broke, always asking for money. I was always in debt, always putting my cars like up for the title. Um, Having my job give me cash up front. It was bad. So that caused me to always be stressed out. I was always stressed out, losing sleep. That I would drink more, do more drugs, and it just caused a chain effect. Um, and the problems never went away or never got any better because I never did nothing about it. It's almost like we live in that lie where we think that one, I didn't think I was a drug addict because as long as I went to work, I was good. I wasn't on the street homeless and stuff like that, but it's almost the same thing because like I was living paycheck to paycheck. So I was like one step away from being pretty much homeless. So it was almost the same. Um and this is what I mean, that like, man, sometimes I wish I would have sat back and really listened to these OGs and like really, if I would have done what they told me, I mean, I would have been a millionaire at like 25. But I get it. It wasn't my time. I didn't want to listen. I had much more to live and many more mistakes to make. And life was tough for me because I kept banging my head on the wall, making the same mistakes over and over again. It was just over and over and over and over again because, like I said it before, like I went to rehab centers, I went to solutions, I went to a bunch of rehab centers here in Phoenix, and I did the 90 days, I did the 60 days, I did a month. At the time, I had a really good job. I was a superintendent at a street light company, and I was making really good money, but my drug habit, my vices, my just everything, the way that I was living, I was always broke. I had a house over there by Hayden. I think it was Hayden and McDowell. Not McDowell, McDonald. Um, but in Scottsdale, up by that high school, Saguaro. Uh, I remember the name of the street was called Red Wing. Um, it was a beautiful house, and My uncle, actually, my uncle Juan had actually let me move in with rent to own. So I had a huge opportunity right there, and it was legit, with legit money, my job. In those days, I was still dabbling, selling here and there drugs. It was in smaller amounts, but it was just to pretty much use drugs for free. Um, Most of my bread was coming from work, from streetlight work. I've always been a hard worker. And that's why I say I convinced myself that as long as I went to work, it was okay. And I think that's because I seen, my father do it, and I seen my grandfather do it. They would drink all weekend and then go to work on Monday. Fine. It has to be that. But I realized today, when I was sitting here in the parking lot waiting for my client to get here, man, I wish I could go back and I guess you could say listen and have these Sundays, these sober Sundays, and because it really wasn't. I can't sit here and say, like, okay, let's just say somebody that's normal, and I say that just in a really big sense, like someone that just didn't go through a lot of bad stuff, because everybody goes through stuff. Just someone that had a decent childhood, blah blah blah, went to college, partied, had moments, memories. That's different. Like, I did it. The strip clubs, the nightclubs, the drugs, the nights up drinking, doing drugs. Like, it was all to forget. It was all to just. It was habit. It was addiction. It was mental. It was so much darker and so much bad stuff that it wasn't even that. Like, I honestly, some of those memories actually just gives me chills to my skin, my heart, everything. Like, thinking about crack and like what it did to me and how it consumed me makes me afraid, to the point where, yeah, I see it and it makes me sick. Like, I want nothing to do with it, and the alcohol was something that had turned into a habit where I didn't think that it was drug use because it's legal. Everybody does it. It's like normal. So it turned into a habit because every Friday, as soon as I would get off of work, I would buy my 2 to 3 cases of beer and take it home, and I drank. And, that's why I had a really big gut. My pants were like 42s. I think I got all the way up to a 48 at one point because I was just a big boy. I was eating all day, working in construction, in the street lights, and I I wasn't taking care of myself. I was drinking. My weight went all the way up to about 298. Yeah, something around there. But waking up every Sunday and feeling sick like that and just laying in bed, it was. And I have to say that a lot of men probably do that. And they waste the whole Sunday. The whole Sunday's gone. Like, then you go into work on Monday and, like, laundry's not done. The house wasn't cleaned. Prep, your food's not prepped. All these, like, exits start to happen instead of having, check marks. Because when I created my Ronald Strong program and planner and journal, like, that's the breakdown of an X or a check to get stuff done. Because if you don't organize yourself, you don't plan, it's just you'll never really change. You'll stay the same. You'll stay right there. And I say that with all due respect. I don't say that because I think I'm better. No, I don't say that. I say that because I want to see everybody win the way that I've been winning and the way that my life has been changing. It's beautiful, man. Just to see what God has done in my life. The doors that are open, and just the doors that he keeps opening, and the doors that he shuts, and just the way that I feel in my heart. Like that alone has no price. Forget everything else, that like all the the icing on the cake, like what he did for my heart, the way that I feel now, like the forgiveness that I have in my heart, and the way that I'm learning to like love me, love my kids, love him, and forgive, and I can go on and on and on. And I know it sounds like, I guess for those out there that are still hurt, it might be like, oh, shut up. But I'm just trying to show you what was given to me for free. Like, that's why, like, I wanted to do the videos like this, just like raw, uncut, me sitting in my car right before I go into work, because it's coming from my heart. This is how I feel. Do I feel like this every day? I have to say that in the past couple of months, my spiritual growth, my maturity in many aspects of my life, even in the way that I speak, my vocabulary, I've been, getting one of those words, vocabulary word a day, and wanting to work on my vocabulary. I think I said I do 2 words for the month, and I was doing pondering and procrastination. Yeah. I'm not embarrassed no more, so I'm saying words that I usually wouldn't use or stuff like that, because like I want to start improving my vocabulary. But it's like I'm doing what needs to get done. I got that little app, and I look at it every day, and I use it in words. Like today I was procrastinating about leaving my house at a certain time. So when I did, I was pondering why I was procrastinating at home. You see? But this is me, guys. This is me, because I grew up on the streets. I had very little education. I spent most of my life in prison. I was very damaged, like from a child. I was very damaged, raped, molested, locked in the room, drowned in the bathtub, beat psychologically, emotionally, you name it. And by the time I was 9, I was so broken that a lot of older gang members took advantage of that. And I got to see more blood, more murder, more drugs, more chaos, more, I guess you could say, dynamites that I thought were solutions. Like, I started to want to be a gang member, a cartel guy, a drug dealer. And I thought all this was normal. So, throughout the years, you start to damage yourself more and more and more, and you end up, with these ideas that, like, as long as I get high on the weekends and I go to work on Monday, I'm not a drug addict, I'm good. As long as this, no, man, it's so much deeper. We are so much deeper. We are spiritual. Like, it is, man, I can't even get down to, and this is from someone that's not even, educated. I feel the connection now with myself, my heart, this world, just people. It's on a whole different level, but I have to believe that in order to achieve that, you have to declutter yourself, your heart, everything. You have to clean it up in order to put new boxes in there, new habits. You have to declutter all the old stuff. And waking up on Sundays and coming into work is usually not my norm. Like, I've learned balance in my life. Like I don't come in on Sundays no more. It's just I have a new client that I've been working with that has been struggling to stay on top of his workouts, struggling for his food emotionally. When I work with somebody, we work on every aspect of your life, because just like the Christians say, you know, how is the aroma in your home? You know, how is your home? That's how we know how you're living. It's very true, because happy wife, happy life. Like all those sayings have somewhat of a truth, you know. And if this is not hard, if your heart is not okay, home is not okay. And if home is not okay, everything else is falling apart. And that's one thing, you know, as soon as I wake up and I just give thanks to God, and I give him just everything, the next thing for me right away is you know, I confess whatever I feel in my heart that I came short with the day prior to that, something that is bothering me, and I give it to him. You know, he takes it, and after that it's just being so grateful for the day, for what's about to happen, what he's about to do. You know, his will, not mine. I don't want to cry. My life is good. I'm happy. He's provided. He's cleaned up my act big time. And he's taught me so much. And I just, you know, I cry because I am so grateful for what he's done in my life. I cry because I'm able to share with you, like, how this is true. This is not made up. This is not fake. This is not, no, like, I believe. And I just want to share with you what was given to me for free. Waking up this way on Sundays sure beats the other way. Sure beats coughing up the cigarettes, coughing up all the smoke that you were breathing wherever you're at, the way your liver and your stomach feel from all the liquor. Yeah. You know, and like I said, I don't talk about this. I'm not judging nobody. That's one thing about me, is that I don't judge nobody. If you're still out there using, hey, I get it. I still want you to come to my Bible study. I still want you to connect with me. I still want you to try. And if I could say something to you, hey, it never gets easy, but you get better at it. But that's the beautiful thing, is that I think if it was easy, you wouldn't appreciate it as much. And I don't think I would have the tears that I have, and the love to go back and help others achieve the same. Because that's what makes me. Like, I want to be of service, and I want to do what God's telling me to do, is share what he's done for me. Because at the end of the day, man, it's we all have stories, but at the end of the day, it's his story that he wrote for us. Yeah. Man. Hey, but happy Sunday. Hey, look at. Oh, man. I said I wasn't gonna cry, but yeah, it just makes me emotional. It makes me emotional, and like I said, raw, uncut, unedited. Even with my bad English, there you go. My name is JC. I am wrong to strong. Hey, don't judge nobody. Stay in your lane. Live savage, and remember, man, live for him. I'm telling you. Live for him. Love you guys.